Hey, everybody. Welcome to my 2-year anniversary show. Actually, hold on just a second. Let me see. This light is just a little too bright. Trying to hang it in there. I like the ethereal glow as much as the next person. Let's see if we can kind of get that under control. Hold on just one second. You know what? I think I am cursed with ethereal glow. This is not the stellar intro, but hey, here we are. Well, thank you for checking in. My name is Guy. I'm here on my second anniversary for Flix and Joystix. Thank you so much for checking in. I'm doing a couple changes actually in time for the second show. As you can see, I've moved locations. I'm currently trying to get my home office back up to its proper form. Uh, Funny story. Originally, when I moved into this place, the mover, like I don't know what his deal was, but he just decided to move everything into my home office. And he like, I don't know, he was like, well, I kind of have some wacky things in there. And like that dude took it seriously. He decided that this was the wacky room, and anything he thought remotely was even slightly bizarre was going in this room. And it was stacked up like crazy for months. I couldn't find my dishes for like the first 2 months or whatever. Yeah, he put a lot of stuff in here. It's been an interesting journey cleaning through this whole area, but I'm getting back. I'm actually in a new, like I said, a new area. I'm pretty excited about getting back in my desk and my comfortable chair and having a little bit more of a better natural environment for my show again. So I have a lot to talk about, especially just kind of a recap of what's been going on this last year outside of 2020. That's an interesting subject in itself, and we'll kind of cover that a little bit. But I've had some interesting experiences this last year. I didn't put out as much content, and that one of the biggest reasons were I had a handful of older videos I wanted to reconvert and re-edit and give a new audience to. So that was a lot of my original content, and I was glad to give them a new audience on a different platform. So that was a nice little change, but without as much older archived content, I had to start making my own, and I did overall pretty well. There were certainly some things I wanted to take care of, but time amounts. I wish this was my full-time job because I could do a lot more. But I'm really pleased with what I did. I was able to cover a lot more video store memories. And actually, I did a series called Video Store Memories talking about some of my favorite. Hi, Julie, how are you? But I did a series called Video Store Memories where I was talking about some of my personal video stores where I grew up and just the impact they made on me and the type of experience. Hey, John, how are you? But where I grew up and the experiences that I had at the video store, and you just can't get it on streaming. That was a whole other experience, and I'm working on getting a lot of different cult movies, everything from stuff I liked growing up to stuff you'd actually see in the video store. So my physical collection is growing significantly between the missus and I. And actually, on this new profile pic, yes, I changed profile pics. I finally adapted and modernized in this new unknown era. Things are changing everywhere, but yeah, that's kind of a little hint. And I think I'm planning to do a video of my film collection and my game collection. Just people like seeing those things, and I like sharing it and talking about it and showing off some of my personal favorites. But that was really great in the sense that I just love talking about video stores and certainly that experience. I also got to check out I Love Video in Austin last year, and that's pretty amazing. I absolutely loved I Love Video last year, and I want to go again this year. Current climate, what it is, we'll see how that goes because I'd originally wanted to do it in the spring before the summer came, and we'll see. But I definitely, it's my intention to go back again because that was fantastic. There, I introduced a new series called Nights of Horrorween back in October, just in time for Halloween. Had a little bit of fun with that. I had wanted to do at least one or two more videos, but I just didn't get around to it. Interestingly enough, the Banana Splits movie review that I did a couple months back, that was one of my highest ranking videos on my channel of all time. It's probably in the top 3, actually. So thank you for those who have wanted to see what the Banana Splits movie is all about. I still like it. I haven't actually watched it in a couple months. I should probably go back and check that out again. But thank you so much for all the views on that. Interestingly enough, a lot of unboxing videos have been really popular. I don't know what it is, but I had like a weird spike on unboxing videos. So I guess people like watching other people open up their stuff and checking out everything for the first time. I've been doing a couple of them live. I did the Sega Genesis Mini and the TurboGrafx 16 Mini live, so that way I could record my actual experience and reaction and make it a little bit more natural and spontaneous. But yeah, both systems, if you haven't checked either out, they're great. TurboGrafx is an Amazon exclusive, so if you want to hear a little bit more about that, check out the videos on those. But people like seeing that, and I'm probably going to keep it to more exclusive items like Kickstarter items or really higher end collectible items, just not, something really unique. I don't want to just, hey, I got a pack of gum, I'm going to unbox it for you, because there would probably be an audience. I don't know, but I just kind of want to keep that for more unique items because, again, YouTube has changed parameters, and even if you see collectible items in the background, supposedly they get a little weird about that, and I want to avoid that because this is not a child-friendly channel, but this is you're welcome to check it out if you can deal with some PG-13 level stuff. One of the more fun videos I haven't had as much time to put in stingers or other unique, odd things as I used to, but I did have fun with Cats because Cats was a utterly bizarre movie, and that was a fun intro. I kind of felt like the first few minutes of the Cats review really highlighted what that experience was like. And weirdly enough, Cats kind of became my thing. Everyone was wanting to know because I guess I was one of the brave few that actually went to check out Cats in the audience. And yeah, yeah, it was a thing. It was a thing. And if you must know, I did buy it on Blu-ray because I want to use its power to torture others when they come to visit. It's like, hey, you think you've seen bad? Check out Cats. So I've got that armed and ready for my next few visitors who want to come over for a bad movie night. I got you covered. Interestingly enough, this last week, to kind of round out my second year, I actually got to meet the 8-bit guy. He runs a channel talking about classic game systems, classic computers, classic electronics. I met David this last week and had a really nice talk with him, and got to have like a little adventure with him. We went to talk about Trade West, which was responsible for Double Dragon and Battletoads, and Midway Home Entertainment, which I actually worked there in the 90s. So as you can see back there, I have the Mortal Kombat Arcade 1-Up arcade machine. Sometimes I'll play Ultimate MK3 with some friends for old time's sake. And yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed doing that episode. It will be on his channel in a couple weeks, and I'll probably put it in the discussion for this channel, so you can check it out, and I'll give a link, of course. But yeah, I had a fun opportunity. It was a neat episode. I don't want to spoil anything. Uh, both buildings, there's 3 buildings total for Trade West and the old Midways. One is an adult probation place. The other 2 are abandoned, but the people who, I guess, own it or take care of it or whatever, they're a little tetchy about strangers coming over with video cameras. I don't know what they're doing with it or not doing with it, but yeah, they aren't a big fan of interlopers trespassing into their space. But it worked out okay. I think we got some good footage for that day. Forgot the codes. I should call the non-800 number in the booklet. Yeah, that was a regular thing back then. Everyone asked if I had the codes, and sometimes, yeah. If you ever called the Mortal Kombat Midway hotline back in the mid to late 90s, oh yeah, I was probably one of the people you talked to. So, um, but yeah, that was year 2. Not a lot happened, but I think some good things happened. In the meantime, when I'm not shooting videos, I try to share like little links and tidbits and photos of things going on. Uh, Going forward, there are a couple things I would like to do with the channel, and that is, well, let's talk about the things that didn't happen in light of this current situation. Um, There was no Frightmare weekend or Fan Expo, which was a bummer. I had really been looking forward to that. Baraka Thompson, yeah, that I'll cover that. Back in the day, uh, people wanted to know everything about the Mortal Kombat characters, and obviously, majority of these people outside of like Sonya Blade or Johnny Cage or Liu Kang, uh, they're one names, the Raidens, the Scorpions, and the Barakas and such. But people would call and ask, what's their last name or what's their first name. So my colleagues and I came up with names on the spot. There was Baraka Thompson and Raiden Harris and Dave Sub Zero Johnson, Shiva Huxtable, Kano McGillicuddy. Yeah, we gave them some really weird names. We actually wrote a list. I should probably share that. That was the official, unofficial Mortal Kombat full name list. But yeah, that we kept that around for years and would entertain callers with that. Probably weren't supposed to, but what's in the past is in the past. But for 2020, obviously there were some things I wanted to do. I mentioned I wanted to go back to I Love Video. I wanted to go to the Video Game Museum in Frisco. Frightmare and Fan Expo were just a no go. A couple months ago, I reviewed Benji, the old 1970s movie about the beloved dog that was really popular at the time. The houses that and the areas that was filmed at is actually up in North Dallas. So I wanted to go there and do like a little filming location thing, much like I did with Big Fish, the town of Spectre. I did that last year, and I wanted to do more of that, but last fall got really, really busy, and then, well, this spring. So uh, it's still on my list of things to do. I would like to do it. I know we're a little able to move around a little bit more these days, but things aren't really quite where they need to be where I would feel comfortable going out to check that out. So, but I think I'm going to change the tone of my channel a little bit. Nothing too drastic different, but I think I'm going to be covering more cult movies. I've been using a lot of this shelter in place social distancing time to really cover a lot of weird stuff on streaming. And then, we'll do like a grab bag of movies we haven't seen. um, I'm trying to think. There's a couple movies that we haven't seen. We've been getting a lot of horror movies lately, and we've been watching Shudder a lot with Joe Bob's Last Drive-In, and that's been an eclectic mix of horror films. They showed my all-time favorite Chopping Mall, which I haven't watched recently. Well, I watched it recently, but I didn't watch it during the Joe Bob show because I did a movie watching party. I'm probably going to be doing some more movie hosting parties with my Twitter, so people come in and tweet. So if you want to like watch movies and make snarky comments, there was Mortal Kombat, like the official Mortal Kombat social media back, oh gosh, March, April. Everything is like completely running together these days. But the official Mortal Kombat channel did like a watch along showing of Mortal Kombat, the original '95 classic, and that was a lot of fun just sitting in with fans and talking movie and posting silly pictures and quoting along with the movie and joking. It was really fun. It was like a live action Mortal Mystery Science Theater 3000. So that was a lot of fun. And I did two, uh, maybe about a month ago. My time is all screwed up these days, but I did The Princess Bride and I did Chopping Mall. And I'm down for a request. So if you guys want to like watch a movie and like live tweet it together and have like a watch party, I'm completely open to that. I'm completely open to suggestions, or I come up with a few on my own. I'm trying to keep things because there's like 100 different streaming platforms now, and it's a little hard for people who may not have the 100 different streaming platforms. So I'm trying to keep it a little generalized, a little mainstream, just for purposes of making it easy for anyone who wants to participate. But I think I would love to do more watch parties. I could do them during the weekend. Just what we can discuss that, and I'll post updates on my channel. But I really want to talk about more about older movies. Ninja Bachelor Party. Yeah, I actually still have the old VHS of that one. So I don't know if that one's. I don't know if Ninja Bachelor Party is still on or on YouTube or anything. I just have my VHS copy from back in the day. But yeah, it's. I want to do more cult movies. I want to do a little bit more movie history. I do a lot of. I'm still working on my book, but right now, just putting in pictures. But part of doing all the research, I find all these cool like pictures of pop culture items from the newspaper and such. And I'm utilizing a lot of cool things for the channel and my different videos. Like for example, the Friday the 13th video I did for the video game on the Nights of Halloween. I have like an original newspaper uh, ad for the original Friday the 13th. And I'm finding cool stuff like that. And I'm going to try to implement them more into my videos, kind of give it that little more exclusive retro feel, because a lot of images these days, I mean, they're passed around, but I'm trying to provide some exclusive comments, so it's not like the same thing that you can see everywhere else. So I'm working on that. I'd love to do more video store memories. I'd love to find more uh, video stores in the area. There's another one called Family Video that's actually not too far away, maybe just a little less than an hour away. I want to go check that out and maybe just do like a little run through and have some fun with that. A lot more pop culture memories, just kind of sharing things that I found fun. A little bit more, not really like the mainstream stuff, because right now the 2020 movie year is a bust. The last thing I saw in the movie theaters was in February. That was Sonic the Hedgehog at the Alamo Draft House. And you know what? I actually liked Sonic. I thought Sonic was fun. I wanted to do a review on it, and that's kind of when things were slowly getting a little weird, and I just didn't. Yeah, I got busy, and yeah, here we are. But so I've got some ideas moving forward, and I'm going to continue to kind of shape this area up, and I want this to be kind of fun. Up there on that top shelf, and maybe I'll show this in a later video. I'm starting to put like little items from past videos that I do, so it's kind of like a little greatest hits section of just various videos I've done in the past. But I kind of I want to do more videos, just me going out and doing things instead of just being a talking head in front of the screen. I mean, I really enjoy that, but I kind of want to give a little more, and I want to push myself to see what else I can do. And might as well put that filmmaking degree to good use, right? Um, but yeah, that's kind of where I am for the upcoming third year of Flix and Joysticks. And as I'm celebrating my 2-year anniversary today, I kind of want to come up with some new ideas and just see where we go. I'm just because we're having to stay at home a lot doesn't mean I can't talk about a billion movies. If anything, I'm watching more movies than ever, and it's been good. I've really kind of broadened my horizons. As I said, we've been watching a lot of horror movies. I don't know what it is with global pandemics and horror films, but it seems to work. Actually, the first uh, film that I watched when all this started kicking in was Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, which I actually covered in that What Am I Watching? What Am I Playing? I still plan to keep that series. I don't know what the general response is to that, but I like it just because it kind of gives me a little chance to talk about video games and movies that I'm currently working on, but I don't want to do like a full-fledged review about. So, definitely let me know what segments that I've been doing so far that you like, and what would you like to see me cover, and what would you like to see me do, because I'm pretty open to a lot of different movies, and I'll watch just about anything. Although had an opportunity to watch Cannibal Holocaust on last drive-in this last weekend, and I don't think I was ready for that. I don't know. I might watch it at some point. I think you have to be in a certain mood to watch certain films, and I don't know what mood that would be. Um, Also, I love animals, so it's a little hard because I know that that movie depicts actual live action animal killing, and I'm not really down with that. So, it happens. But uh, been watching all sorts of things. If you have any questions about movies that I've been watching, or things that you've been watching, Zombie Lake is a good cult classic. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that one. Um, yeah, I mean, you'll have to let me know a little bit more about that one. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open to seeing some new things. Actually, the last thing I saw on Shutter was, well, outside of Last Drive-In, was Blood Machines, and that was super trippy. If you like really great visuals and you like a really awesome soundtrack, that movie looked and sounded wonderful. I felt like overall, though, it was a concept piece, and I feel like they could really expand out the story, but I think they had a good thing there, and I'd love to see them do more and expand it into like a deeper story. I think that would be really, really cool. But yeah, that's where I've been, just kind of watching a little bit of everything and just hanging in there. You know, if I'm not watching movies, I'm usually doing my updates on Animal Crossing. So I mean, that's been kind of my little sanity saver during the end of the world here. So yeah, if you're doing anything or have any updates, you know, definitely uh, share with me. I'll hang out for a little bit. But that's kind of everything going on with me and everything that I'm planning to do for this next year. But yeah, I want to do a lot more travel, find a lot more film locations and things like that, and just kind of highlight a little bit more history. I just kind of want to get into, yeah, as I said, 2020 film wise is a bust. And I think everything we're going to watch right now is either, you know, straight to video or, yeah, just streaming services, you know, in terms of like older movies. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've seen that's been new this year. I did watch Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge. It was basically the first 95 Mortal Kombat movie with like a lot more blood ramped up. It was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed that. It was just the right amount of cheese for it to work for me. But yeah, that's kind of everything. So I just wanted to hang in there and say thank you to those of you who've been checking out my channel for the last 2 years. I've really enjoyed sharing some of my older content and making new content, and people have reached out to me and have been awesome, and I really appreciate the growth. I've been working on a couple projects, uh, selling creepy mail and toys like they used to do. Is selling creepy mail and toys like they used to, creating video store logo t-shirts on my Etsy page. Well, cool. You'll have to post a link in the comments below, and then so that way people can see it, because I'm wanting to do a lot more of the video store aesthetic. I mean, I've got this whole area back here. Ultimately, my plan is I want to move a TV in here. I want to get some nice theater style chairs. I want to kind of, like, if you see over here, I'm kind of building like a little Star Wars shrine and like a Ghostbuster shrine in the back. And I want to kind of really highlight some fun movie collectibles. And yeah, so yeah, definitely I want to do some more video store content. I would love to actually, one of the things I'd like to do for this year is team up, so to speak, and actually sit down with people and actually have some discussion. So it's not, I'm still working on reviews for the Red Eyed Reviewer, but I have that really big project going on as well. Well, definitely, like I said, I'd love to partner up and sit with somebody so it's not just me yakking my head off the whole time. But I'd love to sit and talk about some different movies and be exposed to some new content and do the same for others. And yeah, it's been exciting. I'm really enjoying everything that. Well, let's see. Thumbs up. All right. But yeah, just, you know, there are things that I'm wanting to do this year. I still plan on doing at some point. It's just I've got a list and I'll be working on it. And now I decided that I'm going to try to get more regular content out, because I mean, it's like, really, what are we doing right now outside of staying at home all the time? I might as well. But my whole goal is I want to put out some really nice content, get some new quirky movies. I'm watching a bunch of stuff. I kind of want to just, I want to see what's out there. I want to not really cover like the main stuff that everyone else is covering 1,000 times over or whatever. And, you know, I'm not going to spend all my days railing about like Star Wars sequels did me wrong or whatever. So I'm not going to be that kind of channel. There was a idea that I've been throwing around, and I'm trying to like think about how to do it, because it's like I want to like make sure that if I do this, that the content goes over well. I've been thinking about covering movies not just one at a time, but like in a pack of three, so that way three related movies. I've been thinking about ideas for that and just content design. I was thinking about calling it Three for Madness, you know, because why not? And so that was one of my thoughts. But I might give individual attention to them. But one of the ones I was thinking about, I'd like to do like the Disney comic trilogy that's not Marvel. It's not exclusively Avengers, Guardians of Galaxy, whatever. But I'd like to do like the original trilogy that came out in the 90s of Dick Tracy, The Rocketeer, and The Crow. So I was thinking about doing that, and so I'm working on watching all that and just taking notes. And those are really fun movies. I'd really like to discuss those again in greater detail. In any case, I think that's it. Certainly, thank you to those who watched the video, and certainly, if you want to follow up with more comments, just leave them in the regular comments. I'll definitely read and respond to them. But thanks so much for visiting, and if you're not here during the actual live show, thanks so much for checking out this video regardless. I appreciate it, and I am looking forward to seeing what we can do together. So I will see you that next time. Take care.